Hello, my friend. Have you ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt a deep, nagging ache in your legs? Maybe they feel heavy, stiff, or swollen by evening. And maybe you've told yourself, it's just age, or it'll pass. But day after day, the pain returns, making it harder to enjoy simple pleasures like going for a walk, gardening, or chasing after your grandkids. You're not alone. Leg pain is one of the most common struggles for older adults. And while it's easy to blame aging, the truth is more surprising. Many people don't realize that what we eat every day may be making the pain worse. Yes, even foods that seem harmless or comforting can silently fuel inflammation, restrict blood flow, and weigh down your legs with discomfort. But here's the good news: this isn't something you have to accept. You have more control than you think. By making a few mindful changes to your diet, you can ease the pressure, reduce the pain, and take back your freedom of movement. In today's video, we're going to reveal 9 common foods that could be contributing to your leg pain, and more importantly, we'll show you healthier, delicious alternatives that can help you feel stronger, lighter, and more at ease in your own body. If you've been searching for answers, or just hoping for a better way to care for your legs, this might be the most important few minutes you spend today. So grab a comfortable seat, maybe a warm drink, and stay with me. Because small changes in what you eat can lead to big relief. And your journey to pain-free legs starts right now. When it comes to leg pain, most people immediately think of age, arthritis, or maybe an old injury. But one powerful factor is often overlooked: your diet. The foods you eat every day don't just affect your waistline or blood sugar. They directly impact your circulation, inflammation levels, and joint health, which are 3 of the biggest contributors to leg discomfort. Let's start with inflammation. This is your body's natural response to injury or stress, but when it becomes chronic, meaning it never fully turns off, it can silently damage tissues, stiffen joints, and increase pain throughout your body, especially in your legs. Certain foods are known to trigger this chronic inflammation, including those high in refined sugars, unhealthy fats, preservatives, and excess sodium. Over time, this can make it harder to walk, stand, or even sleep comfortably. Then there's circulation. Your legs depend on healthy blood flow to bring oxygen and nutrients to the muscles and joints. But when you eat a diet rich in saturated fats, trans fats, and processed ingredients, your arteries can start to narrow and harden. This restricts blood flow, making your legs feel cold, numb, heavy, or tingly. In severe cases, poor circulation can even lead to varicose veins, blood clots, or chronic venous insufficiency. Weight gain also plays a major role. When you carry extra pounds, especially around your midsection, it adds pressure to your knees, hips, and feet. This added weight makes it harder for your joints to absorb impact and for your veins to push blood back toward your heart. And where does this extra weight often come from? High-calorie, low-nutrient foods that also happen to promote inflammation and poor circulation. There's also a connection between food and nerve health. Some ingredients, particularly alcohol and artificial additives, can damage the tiny nerves in your feet and legs. This can result in burning sensations, tingling, and persistent aching that doesn't seem to respond to painkillers. The good news is that diet can also work the other way. Just as certain foods can make leg pain worse, others can fight inflammation, boost circulation, support healthy joints, and help manage your weight. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, fiber, and essential vitamins like potassium and magnesium can dramatically improve how your legs feel and function. So how do you know which foods are helping and which ones are hurting? That's what this video is here to show you. We'll walk through 9 foods that are commonly eaten, many without realizing the harm they can do. But we won't stop there. You'll also learn simple, affordable, and tasty alternatives that can nourish your body without sacrificing flavor or joy. By understanding how food affects your legs, You empower yourself to make smarter choices, not just to avoid pain, but to regain the energy, strength, and freedom that leg pain may have taken away. You don't need a prescription to start healing. Sometimes, the answer begins right in your kitchen. Let's take a closer look at the first food that might be silently making your leg pain worse. 1. Processed snacks. Let's begin with one of the biggest hidden culprits behind leg pain: processed snacks. These include chips, crackers, packaged cookies, and other grab-and-go treats that are quick, convenient, and often hard to resist. But what makes them so harmful to your legs? First, they're typically loaded with sodium. Too much salt causes your body to hold onto water, which leads to swelling in the legs, ankles, and feet. That heavy, puffy feeling after snacking? It's not your imagination, it's your body reacting to excess salt. Second, processed snacks are often made with unhealthy fats, especially trans fats. These fats raise your bad cholesterol and clog arteries, reducing blood flow to your lower limbs. Poor circulation means your muscles and joints receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, which can increase pain, cramping, and stiffness. Finally, many processed snacks contain chemical preservatives and additives that can trigger inflammation in your joints and tissues, fueling the cycle of chronic pain. So what can you do instead? Try reaching for unsalted nuts, like almonds or walnuts, or crunchy fresh vegetables with hummus. These options are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds and healthy fats that actually support circulation and joint health. Making this one small change can bring big relief to your legs over time. 2. Sugary treats. Next up, sugary treats, candy, pastries, cookies, soda, and even sweetened breakfast cereals. These foods may bring short-term comfort, but they can silently worsen leg pain in multiple ways. The biggest problem is inflammation. When you consume sugar, your body reacts by releasing inflammatory chemicals into your bloodstream. Over time, this chronic inflammation can settle into your joints and muscles, especially in the legs, causing stiffness, swelling, and that deep aching sensation that's hard to ignore. But that's not all. High sugar intake can also lead to weight gain, which puts extra strain on your knees, hips, and ankles. The more weight your legs have to carry, the harder it becomes to walk comfortably or stay active, leading to even more discomfort. Worse yet, excess sugar damages the lining of blood vessels, which can impair circulation. Poor blood flow in your lower limbs often results in numbness, tingling, or heaviness, and can slow down healing if you have existing pain or inflammation. So what can you enjoy instead? Reach for fresh fruits like berries or apples, which satisfy your sweet tooth while fighting inflammation. And if you're craving something rich, try a small piece of dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa, with low added sugar. Your legs will thank you. 3. Fried foods. Now let's talk about a favorite comfort food that may be quietly harming your legs: fried foods. Think fried chicken, French fries, onion rings, or even donuts. They're delicious, yes, but they come with serious downsides for your leg health. The biggest issue lies in the oils used for frying. Most fried foods are cooked in hydrogenated or highly processed oils that are rich in trans fats. These fats raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, lower your good cholesterol, HDL, and lead to clogged arteries, directly reducing blood flow to your legs. Poor circulation makes your muscles and joints feel tired, achy, and slow to recover. Fried foods are also high in calories and low in nutrients, making them a major driver of weight gain. Extra body weight puts more pressure on your knees, ankles, and feet, making every step more painful. And if you're already dealing with arthritis or varicose veins, this added pressure only makes things worse. On top of that, fried foods trigger inflammation, especially when cooked at high temperatures, which can worsen swelling and stiffness in the legs. A better option? Try baking, grilling, or air frying your favorite meals. You'll still enjoy great flavor, without feeding the pain in your legs. 4. Salty foods. Let's move on to a common ingredient hiding in plain sight: salt. While your body needs a small amount of it, too much salt, especially from processed foods like canned soups, deli meats, pickles, and frozen dinners, can take a serious toll on your legs. One of the most immediate effects of high salt intake is water retention. When your sodium levels are too high, your body holds onto extra fluid, leading to swelling in the legs, ankles, and feet. That heavy, bloated feeling after a salty meal isn't just uncomfortable, it's a sign your body is struggling to maintain balance. Salt also raises your blood pressure, which puts stress on your arteries and veins. Over time, this can impair circulation to your lower limbs, increasing the risk of numbness, fatigue, and even chronic venous issues like varicose veins. To make matters worse, salty foods are often highly processed, containing preservatives that can trigger inflammation, compounding joint pain and discomfort. What can you do instead? Start by reading labels and choosing low-sodium versions of your favorite products. Better yet, cook at home using fresh herbs like garlic, dill, and turmeric to add flavor without the salt. Your legs will feel lighter, less swollen, and better supported by every bite. 5. Alcohol. Now let's talk about alcohol. A glass of wine, a cold beer, or a cocktail may feel like a relaxing way to end the day, but it could be quietly contributing to your leg pain. One of alcohol's most overlooked effects is dehydration. Alcohol pulls fluids from your body, making your blood thicker and harder to circulate. When circulation slows, your legs may start to feel heavy, numb, or crampy, especially during rest or sleep. Alcohol also triggers inflammation, particularly if consumed regularly or in larger quantities. This can worsen joint pain, swelling, and stiffness, especially in your knees, ankles, and feet. If you already have arthritis or gout, alcohol, especially beer, can intensify flare-ups by raising uric acid levels. Another hidden impact is on your liver, which plays a key role in filtering out toxins and managing inflammation. When overworked by alcohol, your liver becomes less efficient, allowing more inflammatory substances to remain in your body and aggravate pain. The good news? You don't have to give it up completely. Try limiting yourself to 1 drink per day for women, or 2 for men, and stay hydrated with water. Or consider swapping alcohol for herbal tea or fruit-infused water, gentler on your legs, your joints, and your overall health. 6. Red and fatty meats. Let's take a closer look at red and fatty meats, things like steak, bacon, sausage, and burgers. While they may be a staple in many meals, these meats can quietly contribute to leg pain and inflammation in multiple ways. First, red meats are often high in saturated fats, which raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, and promote artery blockages. When blood flow is restricted, your legs don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need, leading to heaviness, cramping, and poor circulation over time. Second, these meats contain purines, compounds that break down into uric acid in the body. When uric acid levels become too high, it can build up in the joints and trigger gout, a painful condition that often starts in the toes, ankles, or knees. Additionally, when red meats are cooked at high temperatures, like grilling or frying, they produce advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These compounds are known to increase inflammation, making joint pain, stiffness, and swelling even worse. You don't have to give up meat entirely. Instead, try switching to lean proteins like skinless chicken, turkey, or omega-3 rich fish such as salmon or mackerel. These options help support joint health and circulation without adding unnecessary strain to your legs. 7. Gluten. Now let's talk about gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. While not everyone is sensitive to it, for some people, gluten can be a hidden source of leg pain and inflammation. In those with celiac disease or non-celiac gluten sensitivity, consuming gluten can trigger a strong inflammatory response throughout the body, not just in the digestive system. This inflammation can affect the joints and muscles, leading to stiffness, swelling, and aching, especially in the legs and lower body. Even if you haven't been formally diagnosed, some individuals notice fatigue, bloating, or aching legs after eating foods like bread, pasta, or pastries. These symptoms may point to a sensitivity that's flying under the radar. Another issue? Many gluten-containing products are also heavily processed and high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, all of which can further fuel inflammation and worsen leg pain. If you suspect gluten may be affecting you, try an elimination diet under the guidance of a healthcare provider. The good news is, there are plenty of gluten-free alternatives today, such as oat flour bread, quinoa pasta, or almond flour crackers, that are tasty and supportive of joint health. Listening to your body could uncover a simple change with powerful results. 8. Carbonated beverages. Now let's turn our attention to carbonated beverages, including soda, diet soda, and even flavored sparkling waters. While they may seem harmless or refreshing, these fizzy drinks can quietly worsen leg pain in several surprising ways. First, sodas are often packed with added sugars and chemical additives, which are major triggers for inflammation. Chronic inflammation affects your joints and muscles, leading to stiffness, swelling, and persistent aching in your legs. Even diet sodas, though sugar-free, often contain artificial sweeteners that may disrupt your body's natural inflammatory balance. Another concern is bone health. Many carbonated drinks are acidic, and long-term consumption has been linked to calcium loss from bones. For older adults, this can weaken the legs and increase the risk of pain, instability, and fractures. Carbonated beverages can also contribute to dehydration, especially those with caffeine or sodium. Dehydration thickens the blood and makes it harder to circulate, leading to that heavy, sluggish feeling in the legs and feet. Instead, opt for flat water infused with lemon, berries, or cucumber, or sip on herbal teas like ginger or chamomile. These choices hydrate the body, reduce inflammation, and support smooth circulation, helping your legs feel lighter, stronger, and more comfortable every day. 9. Full-fat dairy. Let's finish this list with a food group many people enjoy daily: full-fat dairy, including whole milk, cream, butter, and rich cheeses. While these foods offer comfort and flavor, they can also be a hidden trigger for leg pain, especially if consumed often. Full-fat dairy products are high in saturated fats, which raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, and contribute to artery clogging. Poor circulation caused by narrowed blood vessels means your legs receive less oxygen and nutrients, leading to fatigue, cramping, and that heavy-legged feeling many people experience. In addition, dairy contains proteins like casein and sugars like lactose that some individuals are sensitive to, even without being fully lactose intolerant. These sensitivities can provoke an inflammatory response, which worsens joint pain, especially in the knees and ankles. Full-fat dairy is also calorie-dense and low in fiber, which can lead to unwanted weight gain. Extra weight increases the strain on your lower limbs, making existing pain and inflammation even harder to manage. A better option? Switch to unsweetened plant-based milks like almond, oat, or soy, which are often fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Choose low-fat dairy or dairy-free cheeses made from nuts. These simple swaps can ease inflammation and support stronger, more comfortable legs. If you've made it this far, take a moment to pause and acknowledge yourself. You've just taken a powerful first step toward reclaiming control over your leg health and your daily comfort. That matters. So often, leg pain is brushed off as just part of getting older. But the truth is, many of the aches, swelling, stiffness, and fatigue we experience in our legs aren't inevitable. They're influenced, every single day, by the choices we make, especially when it comes to food. Think about that for a second. It means your next trip to the grocery store, your next meal, or even your next snack can either fuel the pain, or gently ease it. The foods we covered today, processed snacks, sugary treats, fried foods, salty meals, alcohol, red meats, gluten, for those who are sensitive, carbonated drinks, and full-fat dairy, may be staples in many homes. But for some of us, they quietly chip away at our well-being. They inflame our joints, slow our circulation, add unwanted weight, and cloud our energy. But here's the uplifting part: you don't need to make massive, overwhelming changes overnight. In fact, it's the small, consistent shifts, like swapping soda for infused water, or choosing grilled chicken instead of sausage, that begin to unlock real, lasting relief. And over time, those small shifts can bring back the ease, strength, and freedom you've been missing. Imagine waking up in the morning without that familiar ache in your calves. Picture being able to walk longer, stand taller, or simply feel lighter on your feet. That's not wishful thinking, it's the result of treating your legs, your body, and yourself with a little more care. This isn't about strict diets or giving up everything you love. It's about listening to your body, noticing what brings pain versus what brings peace, and choosing foods that support your vitality, day after day. Because you deserve that. Your legs have carried you through decades of life. They've walked beside loved ones, climbed steps toward big moments, and held you upright through every joy and challenge. Now it's time to return the favor. Start today. Choose one food to let go of, and one nourishing option to embrace. One small change. One step closer to living with less pain and more possibility. You're not alone on this journey, and your legs don't have to hurt forever. You have the power to change the way they feel, starting now. Now that you know which foods may be silently fueling your leg pain, the next step is putting that knowledge into action, gently, realistically, and in a way that fits your lifestyle. Start small. Choose just one or two foods from the list that you eat regularly, maybe it's processed snacks, soda, or full-fat dairy, and replace them with one of the healthier alternatives we talked about. Track how your legs feel after a few days. Are they less swollen? Do you feel a little lighter or more mobile? These small wins add up. You might also consider keeping a simple food and pain journal. Write down what you eat and how your legs feel afterward. Over time, patterns may emerge, and that awareness can guide you toward better choices that reduce discomfort. Don't forget to stay hydrated, move your legs gently every day, and choose whole, anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, berries, salmon, nuts, and olive oil. These support not just your legs but your heart, brain, and energy levels too. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, share it with someone you care about. You never know who else might be struggling silently with leg pain and searching for answers. And if you haven't already, subscribe to ElderSpark for weekly, thoughtful videos designed to support your health, comfort, and happiness as you age. Together, we're building a community that values strength, wisdom, and the freedom to keep doing what we love. Because your legs are more than limbs, they're your connection to life. Let's help them carry you forward with less pain and more possibility. Let's quickly recap the 9 foods that could be making your leg pain worse: processed snacks, sugary treats, fried foods, salty meals, alcohol, red and fatty meats, gluten, if you're sensitive, carbonated beverages, and full-fat dairy. These common items can fuel inflammation, block circulation, and add strain to your joints. The good news? You have simple, healthy alternatives, like fresh fruits, lean proteins, plant-based milks, and anti-inflammatory herbs, that can help ease pain and support stronger legs. Start with one small change today. Your legs have carried you far. Now it's your turn to care for them, with food choices that bring relief, energy, and freedom. Every step you take matters, and it starts now.